Dan here, Beauty Speed Shop. It's Arts and Crafts Day. So we got this 55 back.
Isn't every day in the shop Arts and Crafts Day?
This is a professional operation, so I don't know what. It's weld. I don't know what. What do you think? Chip Foose doesn't weld? Just someone else.
It was a little better.
Well, BS. For all we know, I'm better than him. Okay, there might be a few proven facts that may. Anyway, as I was saying, not challenging Chip Hoof to a build-off because I would lose, but I might get it done faster. No, he's good if he's faster too. He would get it done in a week. Maybe my sketch could be better than his? No, also not the truth.
Hair.
He's got good hair.
He's got very good hair.
I'm not even going to try. He can rock a tucked-in t-shirt and jeans better than I can.
Yeah.
Oh, he's good at everything, that guy.
I think he lost the battle and the war.
What am I better at than Chip Foose? Yeah, probably nothing. Anyway, you really derailed me there.
Our ode to Chip Foose, apparently.
He seems like such a genuine guy. So we're working on this 55 Chevrolet because ultimately, last video I thought, I'm going to build this and sell it, and here we are within one video. I'm always like, I should probably just keep this thing. But I'm going to make it look like a 2 Lane Blacktop car because that's what I like, I guess. It already has the wheels on it, raised the wheel wells, so we might as well make it look like a 2 Lane car. So what we're going to do, naturally, before we go any further on anything else, we're going to build the hood scoop. Now, the 2 Lane Blacktop hood scoop is very controversial. Everybody either loves it or hates it, but it's basically kind of that might be a little bit aggressive. Now we're going to put something like that right on top of the hood. So
if only we had a real one, we could show them. Drawing not to scale.
Looks pretty good because you're a big car producer in there. Yeah, draw to scale, obviously. So now I have a couple of them on a couple of 55 Chevys because I love them. I had a buddy of mine make it of aluminum a long time ago, and actually, I don't have my TIG welder. I could have tried, I guess, making of aluminium, but we're gonna make it. Wait, well, Dan, that was a gnarly.
I'm very bored.
I hope this video does well, so people get to see that I'm not boring. But anyway, I'm gonna go outside. We're gonna trace and cut out some paper because the only shape it is the side here. There's the side piece which has its own little deal, and then there's going to be a piece that kind of goes across here, and a piece that goes across here, but that's just square and rectangle, so very simple. So we're going to have two of those, one of those, and then just tack it together, or weld it together. And I'm going to do it with steel, and I'll clear coat it, even though I know it's going to rust. I'm going to Sharpie the inside of your face. Are we just going to walk out there? It sounds windy out. So we'll trace it up and we'll weld it up, and what I thought I would do, because every time I build one, people endlessly, where are the scissors? Who did put the scissors away? Endlessly are asking me about dimensions and what it looks like and all this and that, and I'm going to level with you. My buddy Ray did it for me 5 years ago. I haven't talked to him in a while. I should send him a message. And he did a fantastic job. And we added a couple little things to put a flange on the bottom so it could kind of bolt to the car. Originally, oh, she's bright out. Originally, I had it flanged because the hood scoop's quite tall. And at the time in Manitoba, there was a bunch of rules about how high your scoop could be and all that. And so I had to make two for me, one the right size and one that was kind of a shorty. So if I ever gotten any issues, I could just put a short one on, just nut and bolt it on. I don't know how the movie car was actually attached. It had to be something similar because it was a fiberglass front end, much like this one. So I'm gonna need you to maybe just kind of hold that, you know what I mean? And I can kind of, okay, give her a, I did nothing. A little tracing, okay, keep holding. Keep holding, Danielle. Keep holding. Keep holding. Don't let go, keep holding. Keep holding. Keep holding. Okay, so unfortunately...
We started too far ahead. On the
Well, I can't go
papier.
any further back because it's hitting the wiper. Obviously, I'll just...
Imagine.
What are you doing?
I'm holding it.
Okay. I might have screwed up the front here just a scotch. Okay. Let it go.
It's cold out
So, just scratch that out. So ultimately, that's what our deal is going to look like. It's very windy and chilly, yeah. Clearly, when I trace this, I'll have to join, intersect those two lines at the XY axes. And then, yeah, it'll just drop down there. Now, I had him flange this, or whatever you want to call it, have a little angle. So I'll probably do the same deal. I'll just make this 1 inch longer. We'll fold it over and put in a little, it gives it a lot more sturdiness. I guess I don't need to cut this out here, eh?
Yeah, I'm not really sure why you brought the scissors. Are you not going to trace the top bit?
Well, no, because I'm just going to build 2 of those mirrored, and then all I got to do is decide how wide I want to make it.
I see.
So I'll just measure. If it's 10 inches, it's 10 inches. And then really what I could probably do, I think he did this in 2 pieces, but I can just do 1, and I'll put it in the brake
Yeah.
and fold it, and then just tack it in, and it'll be fine. So we'll get started on that. Arts and Crafts Day. Should we build one for that 57 too? What about that 57? So that one has a lot of drive-bys. Okay, we're working right back to it. It's just in the midst of asking Danielle if she wanted to have a nice steak dinner, but she says, back to work. And I was like, okay. Yes,
Plus, I'm literally cooking ribs right now.
ma'am. Oh, really? We're having ribs for dinner?
Heck yeah.
Oh, so this is one of those, I'm not coming back out
Get as
after.
much done as you would like right now, because we are not coming back out to the garage.
What? I thought, isn't ribs the one I can eat as much as I want out of and still have lots of energy?
No. I don't think there's any food like that for you. Maybe salad?
Yeah, I do eat a lot of salad.
Actually, people are talking about how skinny you look
When?
in the comments.
I do appreciate that. I've cut out sugary drinks, which drives me nuts. I do miss it, but I will say, it's, the headache was brutal, but now I'm better. And I try to drink more water. What a concept. Water and cutting out a pile of sugar. Okay, I need a pair of gloves. Do I have any gloves out here? Anybody? Anybody? Gloves?
Like ranch hand gloves?
Yeah, ranch hands.
They're in the kitchen.
What were we doing in the kitchen? We need the ranch hands.
I don't know.
What kind of role play were you into? Okay, I'll just risk it here with my pretty fingers.
Well, or just, how about I turn off the camera and I go get your gloves?
I'm right here. Can you move that metal?
What?
Or the, nope, that one. The paper I just cut out? Nope, there you go. Getting there.
Well, you've got gloves on the counter there too.
I don't need them anymore. I've powered through. Let's
This
go
feels
ahead
not
and...
like a good idea.
What's this?
Nothing.
Sometimes I don't need that just yet. We got to clean the metal off first. We're basically metal expertos. Move this, we'll move this. Get some of this off so we can
Oh,
mark it a little easier. Why were you standing in the splash zone?
I like the way it smells.
Do you? Canadian brake clean.
And how it tickles my brain.
Yes. Okay, so we got that. We need the square. You know what we could probably almost do? Now that I'm thinking. You know, it's a problem when I'm thinking. Watch this. Who are you texting? Okay, so we want to make sure we're over enough that's good. Now, what my thoughts are, we'll give it inch.
Oh, for the foldy bit?
Yeah. No, but I got a genius idea coming up here right away. It's a good one.
I bet it is. Did I say that out loud like that?
Shouldn't you be yawning or something?
I'm actually quite intrigued right now.
Of what?
Of what's happening?
My genius idea?
Yeah.
This is basically home ec stuff. Okay. You know, a flat workbench would be a little easier than a Tri-5 Chevy.
Brad's all full up.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I have to knock that into place. Unfortunately, I have conflicting plans now. So I do need to marker this, but my original thought was I would just stencil this with a little bit of paint. Can you pass me that paint that's on the ground there? I buggered it.
Sure did.
I really thought I had it under control there.
You did not.
I guess I'll just marker it, and I still have to do a little thing there.
I'll change this battery while you do that.
I really thought I had it. Dang it.
Honestly, you were close. You lifted. You weren't gentle enough.
The DD Speed Shop way got me again.
Whoa! You can just erase it.
Yeah, brake clean. Does it all. Now we'll just make a heck of a mess just for fun there.
Okay, well, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back after these messages from DD Speed Shop. What is it? Print and fold? Is that what you're doing?
Huh?
The t-shirts? Oh, now we gotta wait for this to dry. You're like an Egyptian princess. Get you some grapes.
I do like grapes. Wait here, give it to me. Look at me. Push your hair out front. Okay, let go.
Wow, you are not understanding how the Wright brothers use the... You gotta be gentle.
Oh.
Okay, change the battery. Okay. Not quite dry, but good enough. Where did I put the Sharpay? I left the cap off. Idiot! Okay. That's not bad. Shh, tracing. This is like, you know, when you turn the radio down, you're trying to find directions. You have to be really quiet while you're tracing. What would be really nice is if we had a shear, a stomp shear to cut this out. So I'm going to cut it out with a grinder.
Why don't you just use that shear? Why didn't we get one a day when we were in town?
A stomp shear?
Or, well, like the scissors.
Well, so the scissors will twist it, that'll twist it, that ends up curling it. So I'll just end up zip cutting it out. So now we just got to kind of get this line. Just something that's fairly straight. And then this thing, same-ish deal. Okay, so now for everyone that's wondering, if you like the scoop that's on my car, this is all that is. So it's, well, I traced it as, let's say 6 1/4, because I went just a little bit above it, so this is like 6 3/8 or something like that, but 6 1/4, 6 3/8. The base, realizing it curves or has an angle, is 22. The top, also 22. So it's, okay, so then the curve here, or the angle, should be the same. Now if you're gonna do this, so we're talking, let's put a little angle on it. So that there, let's just go ahead and line this up right to the tip. Ish. And then from the end of it, so we'll call that 3 1/2. So obviously you're gonna make a triangle here, you're gonna cut it out. So this right here, Why is this not working now? It'll be 3.5 from here to here. So the top will be 3.5 inches further back than the bottom over a span of whatever I said, 6.25 or something like that. Now this one here, I assume it would be about the same. We'll just do some mathematics. Hey, it's like science and in art class today. So we have that, followed by this. That is just under 3.5, maybe 3 3/8. 3 3/8 by, we'll call that 4 3/4. So there you have it. Well, I say this was 22 long. Now this we did a little messing around. So yeah, 22 long, 6 and what did I say? 6 and 6.25, 6 3/8, something like that. 7/16 tall, so you can kind of play with that a little bit. And then for the angle, realistically, you can do whatever math you want, I guess, and make it look the same. This probably has, I guess, whatever it may be, but that's on that span. This to this will be 3.5 back, and this will be 3 3/8. Now this bottom section obviously remains square. I guess we do this as well. That section there is 1.5. 1 1/2 is right here to here. So you have a bit of an idea. And then I'm just going to flange 1 inch. You can do whatever you want there or nothing. Realistically, on a metal car like this, you could just do nothing and then just weld it in. But I kind of like the idea of just having a couple of bolts in it. And that's that. So we'll need 2 of these. And then when we do the top piece, all I'm going to do is you can determine your width. Now, I did mine kind of movie correct, where the carburetors are front and back, which is actually starting to be a bit of a hassle because you have to kind of run a vacuum secondary carburetor, and I want to run double pumpers, but you can't run double pumpers like this because metering blocks and all that, the carburetors hit, so you actually have to run them sideways, which is fine, but when you run them sideways, your opening in the hood becomes very big, so carburetors, if the carburetors are coming out of the hood, which obviously is the whole point of this, so then this scoop ends up having to be wider. And I've seen guys that have a really, really wide scoop, and that I don't like. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm not a big fan of it. So we'll go there and measure it, but ultimately all we're gonna do is we'll have our, straight piece like that, and let's just say, well, this is obviously 22, so we'll make like 22 inches, and this will be 6. So 22 and 6, this is absolutely not to scale. Then you gotta decide how wide you want it. So I mean, we'll have it 10 inches or whatever it's gonna be. And then right at the 22 and the 6, I'm gonna put it in the brake. We'll put a hard line in it. So hopefully that line will be, right there, and we'll decide what we wanna do. Now, I guess if you're real smart, you have a protractor and you can actually put how many degrees of bend you want in it. But what I'm gonna do is build 2 of these, and I'll continue bending it until I think it looks good. And then I'll put it all together. And really, as long as you're close, you tack it there, along the whatever, you could kind of force that down and hammer right there gingerly across, and it'll just fall into place. So it shouldn't be too bad. We could probably actually build both of these and just weld them on the trunklet as a jig, and then really go for it. That might piss the internet off a little bit. But there's your measurements for your 2 lane blacktop hood scoop that I have. So if you like the one that's on that car, or it's gonna be on this car, that's what you need. We should actually maybe take a picture of this, and I'll do it and put it out there, because people always ask, and I always say, I have no idea, but that's what it is. I'm gonna take a bit of a break, and then we'll start cutting those out. Okay, so I got my pieces. One is just slightly shorter on the backside. So we're gonna use that one. It's like maybe an 1/8 shorter, so we can zip down the back, but I wanna make sure that this Actually, that bend line could go just ahead. Just a scotch. Splash zone. So what we're gonna do, let's put that on the edge. Edge to edge. I'm gonna mark it. That's about where we want that. Now this may end up as 2 pieces. Not gonna lie. If we bend it wrong, I'm just gonna zip cut it. And I'll weld it and grind it. Okay, eyeball. So now the first thing we gotta do is we have to make our flange, so that's the outside. Oh, somebody's using this as a extension cord holder. Oh, what's going on? What is this caught on? Danielle, can you see what's going on?
I can't actually.
I was about to have a fit. Okay, we're good.
Possibly on every single extension cord wheel?
It's only 2 in there. Okay, this is gonna bend it up, which is what we want. So I'm gonna put this right on the edge there. Get that a good clamp. Actually, you know what? Oh, my business suit is in the way.
Honestly, you should be wearing your business vest for this.
Yeah, this is pretty fancy stuff. Gotta hold that, thanks. This needs adjusting. Oh, clearly. Do you want this bend to be kind of nice? Okay. Give her a 90. Bent kind of funny. Not bad. Now, that one.
Why is there a question mark here?
Question mark. Oh, because I made this longer than this. So I just guessed. So now this one actually has to do the opposite. So I make this. Double check it, but 1 inch. And then this should be pretty simple here. Just double check that. There. Top of that mark. And this one's pretty simple because we got a little bend there. Or could I do this? Oh, I just put it in this way. Now that I think about it, okay. Why does this keep losing its tautness? I don't like when I have to think about things. Oh, this. I feel like this is not quite great. All right. Maybe my line's just a little off. $90-ish? Okay. All right. And now don't think I have enough material to make another one. I don't want to bend it back. Son of a... I even thought it out in my head. I had it right. Everyone in the comments was like, it's going to be wrong. I need a minute to myself. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's a new day. We'll go ahead and show this, and then maybe Danny can show a montage of the destruction that happened yesterday. But I got the scoop kind of tacked together, and exact same size as the other one.
This looks much better than yesterday's rendition.
Well, let's look at yesterday's rendition. So yesterday's rendition, I bent it wrong, tried to fix it, bent it wrong again, tried to fix it, and then eventually, I think I threw a lot of this at the car at one point. But I had a flange, and the problem is I flanged both sides the same. Quit yawning.
Me too.
It's been 48 seconds. You can deal. So I had flanged it. What I did was, so I put it in this way, flanged it, and then in my mind I thought, well, if I go this way from the backside and flange it, it'll be different. But it turns out it wasn't, same. So I did that, and I was like, well, that's a pain. Then I had to hammer this all straight. Then I cut the flange off.
Yeah, they've seen it.
No. You gotta do the montage after this, so I have to defend myself first. So I screwed that up. I was like, son of a... So anyways, I cut it all, and I was like, okay, no flange, I'll just weld it to the car. I was gonna finish it last night. Then I'm like, okay, well, I'll bend this piece. Well then, I overbent it, and it wasn't gonna work out, and just didn't work out. We ran out of metal, and here we are. So anyways, I have that, which is now together. It needs to be all welded. Now, what I think I'm gonna do, if I can, what I'd like to try is just burn it in the inside. So I'll basically leave all that weld, and then hopefully that'll kind of translate through. I'll just be able to kind of grind it down. I might have to do it the other side, but that'll give a lot of strength if I leave the weld and I'll have to grind it all off. I'll go from there. So enjoy the montage of Dan losing his mind. I'm trusting you to edit it so I don't look completely ridiculous. And ultimately, I can make it. I just needed a second try. And now I can do it out of aluminum if I just have to practice my TIG welding skills, which I haven't done in years. And, but anyways, we have that. We have the template. I'm going to keep that. So enjoy the montage, and we'll come back to maybe me time-lapse welding this together. Do we have to film my buffoonery?
Unfortunately, yes.
I kind of want this to be nice is the problem. I actually care about this with scoop. Basically, a planishing hammer.
I'm pretty sure this is how JF would do it.
Yeah. You know what? JF would be... Who knows what he would do? He's probably, he probably just called his buddy Chip Foose to do all the work. That's what I should be doing. What I'm thinking about doing is welding this right to the bender. I really hate giving up. Oh, we'll start fresh. Could just cut the flanges off and weld it right to the hood. And we don't need this ugly flange that I've butchered. Hey, that's how it goes when you've never done something before.
Exactly.
You make a few mistakes along the way, eventually end up with something, or you give up and pay someone, I guess.
Nothing wrong with trying and failing.
Luckily I have my headphone on so I can't hear the comment section. And then I was out today at the body shop and I totally forgot to get clear coat. So I wanted to clear coat this, but we'll do that. We'll kind of sand it, make it look like something. And that's your 2 lane blacktop hood scoop made out of steel. Super easy. I mean, all you gotta do is try twice and you're fine. The flange is what did me. If you weren't flanging it, you couldn't screw it up. I flanged, I tried to get fancy. And I wonder, I bet somebody with like a fancy pan brake or whatever could do this all in one piece. Like you cut your pattern out, you could fold these, fold that, and do whatever. I don't have those skills or the tools,
Or the patience.
The patience I don't have. I was pretty mad yesterday. Pretty mad. Anyways, set the camera up and let's go ahead and weld this disaster together. I'm gonna try just giving it a little buzz and see what it does. Hopefully it'll it'll burn all the way through. And I'm not really super concerned about the heat. It kind of is what it is. If it becomes warped, whatever. It's just on YouTube. You guys get to see it, so no one will. Oh, why is my head get bigger? Is my brain expanding? Am I getting smarter, Danielle?
The answer to that is definitely no.
Okay, let's see if I can just give this a quick zip zap. See what it does. Ooh, might need a little more jam than that. What's going on here?
Yeah. Oh.
Might not be too bad. It kind of eats away at the metal a little bit versus if I go on this side. I wonder if I should just give it a few buzzes and then I'll just fill it on the outside just so it looks pretty. But she's got some strength this way. Oh, you know what it is? I didn't wipe down the inside of the metal. It's got a bunch of oil on it. Either way, it ain't gonna go nowhere, no wears. I'll just weld it on the other side. Sand her down, make it look nice. And then we'll just go ahead and self-tackle it right through the hood. And man, it's going good. I was at the body shop today getting some primer actually. And I got some cheapy gray primer. I pulled up my phone. I was like, yeah, I want to tint the primer to make it look like this. The guy's like, you're building a 2 lane blacktop car? I'm like, well, I actually already have one. I'm building a second. You know, my people, middle-aged man at the body shop. Anyways, he sold me some tinting agent. And, we got it all dialed together. Okay. That ain't going nowhere. So now I'll just weld her in right quick. Give her a quick buffing. That'd be mint. Oh, should I make two? Do you want one for your 57?
No.
Should we put one on the Monte Carlo?
No.
The problem is now that we have this, it's going to go on everything until I finally bolt it down. We're going to piss the unit off. So many thumbnails with the 2 lane blacktop.
Put it on my truck.
You want it on a truck? All right.
Put it on my Raptor.
Wow, you got some first world problems, baby. For my Raptor. All right. Set the camera up. I'm going to start welding. Your camera overheated while I was working, so I ground it down, then I ended up sanding it with a orbital, and it needs like another. I only had like 180, so it needs to go like maybe 240 or 320, and it'll look kind of cool. But it's actually, I mean, relatively straight and everything. I think it looks not. I mean, with a zip cut. What do you mean? What are you doing?
Do we have to sell it?
Oh yeah, I have an item I want, and it is not this. No, you know what? I'm loving the car right now.
It looks cool. I would drive this down the road as is.
Well, it's badass like this, but this is too crazy. I want it to be primer. So I think the next video will be, I guess I did a lot of this. We'll see what we got going on here. Obviously the back window area. I'm gonna get that finished. Finish off the inner wheel tubs. Get all the welding done. So we can do that.
Well, you have a lot of near finished.
Near finished. Oh, that's ddSpeedShop.com. Near finished. I'd like to get that done. We're waiting on a bunch of suspension for that. So if I can get this kind of taken care of, and maybe a day of welding, a day of body work. You know, when I say body work, I'm just going to schmuck up the seam, and we'll just kind of, you know, hit the thing so it's got a bit of texture, and we should be okay. There's actually not a whole lot of rot in this thing, and I don't want to try and hide it. Like, it'll be what it's going to be, so it'll look, from a distance, it'll look much nicer than it is up close, but anybody with a brain, you'll see like, oh, the rocker needs work, and this quarter panel's all beat up. Like, we're not just going to load it full of filler. It's going to be what it's going to be. I just want to do this seam, make it look decent. The other side I don't think is that bad. Oh yeah, the other side needs a little bit of welding and some screwing around. Oh yeah, I didn't have a panel on that side, so I just kind of made something happen. Leave the dent in the door, the lower fenders and everything. It'll be, a nice little working project. This, you know what? This would be a cool car. When I was like 16 to work on this with Mur, be badass. And then you can kind of, if you want, you can finish the body work. If not, it's dented. There's not a lot of rust in the car. It's a very solid car. I mean, you could motor, trans, drive shaft, disc brake kit, rebuild the rear brakes.
Well, if you wanted something to drive right now, motor trans in it, drive it as it is, and then spend all winter, if you wanted to really do it up.
Depending on what your rules are and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it needs a wiring harness, it needs all that sort of stuff, right? And I mean, there's no heater, there's no none of that, there's no wipers. So depending on how lax your rules may be, I mean, this is still a good sized project.
You could still have this on the road though in like a month.
If you had all the parts, for sure you could. If you had money, you could make this on the road. It'll look rough, but it'd be cool. So anyways, I got this primer. Shut this off. So I got some cheapy primer, and they sold me these tints. So it's black, kind of basically black paint, I assume. And we're gonna put in there, so we have to decide how dark we want to make this. Scratch and dent sale. Not bad, right? So we got that. We'll give her a mix, see what it looks like. And I bought a bunch of reducer. I'm actually excited. There should be another, that's a hard. The way they painted the movie car, which I'd like to, so when I did my car, I did it with rattle cans, and it was like a light gray, which I'm not a big fan of. But now it's kind of rusted and done its thing, and it's kind of like.
Change the poo door.
The poo door? What?
The door on your car.
Oh, because it's rusty? Stain. Yeah, whatever. So I get it, it's not for everyone. But when they did the actual car, they painted it with, kind of some darker primer, and then they sprayed a bunch of just random solvent on it. And it kind of caused it to sag and then bunch up and got like black marks and stuff on it, so it looked weathered. And I'd really want to try that. So it'll either completely ruin it, which so be it, or it'll look kind of cool. If it looks cool, or if I learn something from it, I might do my car. Because my car, I don't like how it's light. It's almost like a white now. It's faded completely out. It's been 4 or 5, 6 years since I painted it. So I'd like to do that. So that's the plan. I think we're going to do that completely. It's like arts and crafts. It'll be a good time. This is just a fun car put together. And ultimately it's filler while we're waiting on parts on those two things. And send this one down the road, hopefully in the spring when people have a few bucks. Because I need the bucks. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. T-shirts not available on our website. Danny's busy.
It depends on when this video comes out. I don't know. They might be by now.
Cold War Motor shirts, they're pretty good. I will say the You know, this is about a year old, so we're starting to get a couple of, you know, hard work stains, but we're all good.
Just keep checking our website, and eventually it'll be up on there.
Keep watching the ads. Just go back, watch another ad. Go
Yeah.
check out the merch site, subscribe to the channel, all those sort of things. And we'll see you in the next one. What are you having for dinner tonight? I'm starving.
Ribs.
Ooh. Door locked?
What?
Is the door locked?
I don't know.
Well, you went out there.
I was looking for you.
But when you came in, did you lock it?
No.